here we have the Mini2P camera system. We'll actually be taking a good look at it today as to what the contents of the box are. Just a little bit of knowledge for you guys. I actually have the M6 Plus already currently mounted on my vehicle, so it'll be nice to see what the difference is between these two main systems. Now, once we open up this box, we'll go ahead and see all the contents. Just for full disclosure, I already took the wrapping off and did go through this box prior to this video. But let's see. Okay, we have two drawers. Drawer number one, very top, has some plain instructions as to what to do and how to set up the camera. Underneath it, there's the actual manual that's inside this flap.
Yeah!
And printed on the back, it actually has the instructions. Here's the actual camera itself. Very nice, sleek. As you can see, it actually has the door on the side for a micro SD card, as well as a reset button. The reset button you can actually access from the outside when the lid is closed. There is another notch right there. It actually is part of there, so you can insert the cover back in and it'll stay nice and tight. The LED is on the side facing back towards you, so you can see if the camera is on or activated. Now at the very top, that's the micro USB charging. It sits flush up against your windshield. The only thing I don't like about this is that there is no way to actually disconnect it from the windshield once it's on. So if you wanted to retrieve footage, you'll have to just take out the micro SD card instead of just sliding the unit out by itself. Smaller con, but it is what it is. The system does look like it'll play kind of nice with my current setup, so we'll see how it goes. Here's a front face view of it. Of course, a blue plastic cover on the outside of the lens protecting it from scratches. On the side, it does have, I believe it's the speaker, and then on the back end is the microphone, or if not, then the side is facing the microphone and then the back would be the speaker. Either way, they're both located right there on that side, which will be pointed more towards the driver's side end. Now, one thing to note is that it can rotate up and down, which is a very nice feature for you to be able to fix it to see how much you'll get out of the cabin, but it will not swivel left or right, so something to keep in mind. There's the emergency button. As you can see, it lights up, has a battery in it. It will actually activate emergency recording with a snapshot and video recording. I believe you have 10, 20, and 30-second intervals that you can set it to. But that is options that within your advanced menu of this particular dash cam. Now, another thing to keep in mind, just kind of going back to the fact that you cannot swivel the camera left or right, you will have to align it first before permanently mounting it. It does use a 3M solution tape on the back, so something to keep in mind. You can move it up and down, because you are able to turn the camera up and down, but you will not be able to swivel it left and right, so just keep that in mind. Alright, in drawer number 2, here's the charging cable. Now, the nice thing about this camera, it does come with an L-shaped micro USB connector that goes into the camera, so instead of going straight out and sticking out like most other cameras, this one will be easier and more discreet for you to hide. It does come with a USB charging adapter. The USB charging adapter does have a 1 amp and 2.1 amp connector on the back. So the 1 amp goes to the camera, and the 2.1 is for your cell phones or any other devices that you want to charge. And it does allow them to do somewhat rapid charging, but not official quick charge. Something to keep in mind. If you do use a quick charge, you're probably just going to have to use a different adapter or something to that effect. It does come with this little lever. It's to lift up the molding along the side and tuck the wire in, so you can hide the wire a lot easier. And once you lift it up and tuck the wire in, you just basically remove it, and the molding and everything else just kind of fall back into place, and the wire will be covered. Let's see. Everything within this comes pretty nicely packaged. I mean, the box and everything else, great presentation. Cannot say it doesn't. You know, it's nice and stylish. Now, additionally, once we get this up and going, what I'll do is I'll either do an additional video where I'll show you some of the road footage, and I'll include that in the description below. Give me a couple days after putting this public. On the back of the box, there is the main points of, main features of this particular dash cam. One of it being that it is 1440p, I believe, recording, so it's supposed to be higher definition. I believe that they categorize it as 2K definition. The megapixels on the camera are pretty decent. Also, this does have a parking mode. It has a couple different options. It can either do constant record after parking mode, which basically means that it just continuously records non-stop like it normally would, or you can do a quick time parking mode, which essentially just takes a snapshot every second and makes it so you can just see everything up until your car starts again in a flash. I am using a Extreme Plus SD card from SanDisk. It's meant to hold 4K videos and record 4K videos, so recording shouldn't be an issue. It's a 128 gig micro SD that I have. Those purchased for this device, and we'll see how that handles. Alright, that's it. So just watch out for the link below, and you'll see some road footage as to how the camera actually sees the outside. I'll try to get some nighttime and daytime footage for you guys. Please see the description below, and remember to subscribe. Thank you.